Sean Murdoch.
Oh man, I'm glad.
You
Glad
know
to see
what? I can't believe today is happening. We're sitting here in your parents' living room in beautiful Augusta, the Garden City of the world. And I remember meeting you 2 years ago when I was promoting my book.
Right, right.
We were at a place called Cloud9 in Augusta. And I was in one area of the room. We had a room full of entrepreneurs. And, you know, while I'm doing my thing, I'm seeing this person moving around the room, putting little flyers on the table. I'm like, what's he doing over there? You know, interrupting my flow here. But you really weren't interrupting my flow. But afterwards, I remember you came up to me, you introduced yourself, and you were wearing all of this gold and the gold teeth and the whole thing. And I'm like, okay, who is this guy? And you were promoting this this beverage, an adult beverage, and I was impressed with the way you approached me because you said you knew who I was,
Right.
And I was like, I don't know who you are, but you were very polite, you were very professional. But one thing you said to me was, I know that you're involved with professionals and. That's a different level that I want to get into and having events and on a corporate level. And I'd love to team up with you. And I'm saying to myself, okay, I don't even know this Negro. Gold teeth. I mean, come on and look at you now. You're all professional. You were professional then. But, do you remember that experience?
I remember it very well. I remember it very well. And I think what you're speaking on is sometimes my image doesn't merit the things that I do, and that's one thing my father in the last year or two really beat in my head, that my image doesn't merit the things that I do.
And I think along those lines is the fact that a lot of people will just look at the package and won't take the time to decide or find out, what's a little bit more depth in this person. I saw the depth in you then,
oh, man,
with all the exterior. And we stayed in contact over the years. I mean, you connected me with a couple of people, and I remember you name dropped a couple of people, and I'm like, okay, all righty now. See, trying to show off, and you weren't. You were just being yourself, very confident, very persistent, and you always did what you said you were going to do. So I'm curious, your childhood. I mean, who are you? You're like a kaleidoscope in my mind. Wow. Kaleidoscope has a lot of different colors, okay?
Wow.
So all of these different colors of Sean Murdoch. Where do you come from, dude?
Well, physically,
yeah.
Actually, don't tell anyone. I'm born in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
But I call Queens my home because, that's where my family was from, and I spent a lot of my time there on 210th and Murdoch in Queens Village with my grandfather and my grandmother. I spent most of my time, and my mother worked nights at AT&T in Brooklyn, so sometimes I had to spend a week or two at my grandparents' house, which was I loved it because I was the only grandson at the time.
Oh, okay. Are you an only child?
I was the only child till about 17.
Okay.
Then here comes my little sister.
Okay.
And I was happy she came because all the tension left me, and I was able to run around a little bit.
Okay. Okay. So, you lost your mother,
right?
Though at an early age, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. I lost I left the house on a Friday. And I came home on a Sunday. My mother was dead, and actually my little sister was over my mother's body for the entire weekend, and didn't realize my mother had passed away.
Oh, wow!
So
And you were how old?
I was 17. I was 17, and that's when my life really turned upside down. I didn't grow up. I didn't have a hard upbringing. I came from some hardworking. I had a hardworking family, hardworking parents, and my father. It was a hell of a provider, but when that happened, things got real for me, and all those lessons that my mother taught me, I didn't have time to play around anymore. I had to grab them lessons and start utilizing them.
Okay, so let's talk about the in between up to 17. What was going on in your world? What were some of the things some of the mischievous things that you got into before you turned 17, before that turning point of losing your mother?
Well, I got into a lot of fights. I really wasn't